What is up, everybody? Tony here, and today is the day Marvel fans have been waiting for since November of 2016. We finally got some hot new gameplay footage of the game, and my god is there a lot to take in. We've got new characters, new moves, new mechanics, and much more. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump right in from the beginning of this new gameplay video. So here's our first gameplay clip, and there's already a lot to take in. We get our first glimpse at the HUD, the hypermeter, and now we have this new stone meter, which is visually pretty similar to the Ultra meter in Street Fighter 4. We also see Hawkeye's level 3, which looks similar to his Marvel 3 level 3, but there is one key difference. There's no Ant-Man anymore. So I think at this point it's pretty safe to say that Ant-Man will be a separate playable character in this game. If you just consider how popular he's become since Marvel 3, thanks to the movie and everything, it's not that big of a surprise, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, we also see one of the big new additions to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and that's Infinity Stone abilities. So it's interesting to note that the stone bar here is completely empty, which means that each stone seems to have a basic ability that can be used at any time without draining any kind of meter or resources. Thor is using the Time Stone, which allows him to do an almost full-screen dash that kind of reminds me of like Akuma's teleport. But actually, if you look again, and I've watched this a couple times, he actually moves so fast that it's kind of reminding me more of like a teleport from Wesker or Virgil if you use those characters in Marvel 3. It's really fast, so looks like we're going to have a pretty fast-paced game here, at least if you're using this Infinity Stone. Next up, we have Hulk vs. Thor, and we see Hulk also using one of these Infinity Stone abilities. So the Space Stone seems to have an effect that's pretty similar to Magneto's Gravitation move from Marvel 3. It pulls your opponent towards you and kind of sets you up for an opening. We also see that the Advanced Guard is back, or the Push Block, though it's unknown at this time, I guess, what the button input will be to execute it, because it sounds like a couple of the inputs are actually changing in this game, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. So, also an important thing to note is Hulk's Crouching Light has an OTG effect, so he's able to start a combo off an OTG by himself, without any X Factor or any of that extra stuff, just off a Crouching Light. So this is something I expect to see a lot of, since assists are no longer in the game, and since there's no more assists, that means we have no more OTG assists. And those OTG assists, like Wesker's Gunshot, for example, helped us extend combos in Marvel 3. So it looks like they're still going to let us do these extended combos, but instead of having to call an assist, you just kind of start it yourself with one of your OTG moves. Finally, let's take a closer look at those health bars. There's an HC icon, which I'm guessing stands for Hyper Combo, and a V icon, which I'm guessing stands for Victory. So it looks like standard games of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will actually be 2 out of 3 rounds, rather than the single round format of the previous Versus titles. I think this makes sense considering it's 2v2 instead of 3v3, and the damage output seems to be pretty high if you just look at some of these combos in the video. So, you know, if it was just one round with a 2v2 format, the games would be over really quick. So I'm pretty welcoming of this change. I think it's a pretty good idea. Okay, now check this out. We see Hulk comboing Thor, and we get a pretty good look at how meters work in this game. So when you're hitting an opponent, you're going to gain your standard bar, you know? However, when you're being comboed by an opponent, you not only gain standard bar, but also this new Infinity Stone bar on the side. This is also once again reminiscent of the Ultra meter in Street Fighter 4, where you kind of gained more of it by getting beat up. So these Infinity Stones are clearly supposed to be like a comeback mechanic, and in Street Fighter 4 the comeback mechanic was the Ultra, and in Marvel 3 it was X Factor, so this is looking more or less like the replacement for X Factor in the game. We also see the words auto combo pop up when Hulk launches Thor into the air. So auto combos is a feature that's been incorporated into some other fighting games like Persona 4 Arena, for example. This is just speculation on my part, but it does look like the auto combo mechanic has been incorporated into the game to help, you know, newer players or inexperienced players execute some basic aerial combos. In the video, we see Hulk do a pretty basic bread and butter, like ABC-esque combo when the auto combo wording appears on the screen. So I have to imagine, and this isn't confirmed, but I'm just guessing here, that the auto combos will just be basic combos, like just to get you started and deal some okay to decent damage. But if you want to perform some real flashy, like high damage swag combos, you're going to have to learn that stuff yourself. Alright, my boy Strider is back, and he is looking as quick as ever. Oh, poor Hulk. Good luck trying to block all that shit, buddy. We also see a big change to Strider's game from Marvel 3. His Ouroboros Hyper is now a level 1 instead of a level 3 like it was in the past. This is definitely a sensible change since there's no assists or X Factor in the game, so Strider's lockdown game with orbs probably won't be as overwhelming as it was in Marvel 2 or Marvel 3, but it's still so awesome. I love this move and I can't wait to use the hell out of it. So here is our first look at the new character that was announced this week, Ultron, in a Marvel vs. Capcom game. And here he is getting his ass whooped by Chris Redfield. So if you look closely, you can see Ultron use his Space Stone ability to pull Hulk in. The Hulk actually counters it by jumping over it and uses his new active switch ability. Now this active switch ability allows your partner to quickly tag in, I guess, and it looks like it's a really good way of opening up Ultron here for a combo. So this is probably in the game to prevent people from spamming their stone abilities like a total scrub. We also then see Chris using the basic Power Stone ability, which looks like it causes an automatic wall bounce, which is a great way to start like an easy combo. As I watch this Ultron gameplay, he's really reminding me of Nova from Marvel 3. He kind of has like this robotic, slow aerial speed kind of thing, but once he gets that hit, he's a hard hitter and he just kind of beats your ass. And wait a minute. Is that a dive kick? Oh no. Oh no. Also, I noticed you can see like 3 little bullets under Chris's health bar. Just from watching this video, I couldn't exactly make out like what the gameplay mechanic is relating to that, but if I had to speculate, I'd imagine that like Chris won't be able to spam certain moves like he could in Marvel 3, or if you do spam certain moves, maybe you have to reload to like get your bullets back and use them again. We'll have to wait and see on this one, I think. Now we see the second ability of the Infinity Stone, which requires you to fill your stone meter at least halfway to activate it. So it looks like this special ability runs on a timer until your bar is empty. So the more bar you have when you activate your Infinity Stone special ability, the more time you have to use it. So the Space Stone special ability puts your opponent into a cube, which I think is amazing. We see Ultron just go in on Hulk. I can't imagine how someone could block all this stuff while being confined into this little tiny cube, unless you have like super godlike reflexes. I also can't wait to see like the combos people think of that are like cube exclusive. Like you could only use this combo if your opponent is cubed. Now here's something really interesting. As we see Ultron attack Chun Li here, he has a little helper here run in to attack. Then just a couple of seconds later, you see his little helper run in and shoot a beam, basically from off screen. Now this definitely resembles a traditional assist call from the other Marvel games, so I wonder if certain characters will have like these quasi assists. I'm thinking maybe Rocket Raccoon could call for like Groot or something like that. I think that would be pretty amazing. So here's another big new feature in the game. We see Thor begin a combo and Ultron performs a counter switch, which is basically a combo breaker, and it costs the player 2 bars of meter to use. Now I don't really know how to feel about combo breakers in Marvel. I've always thought one of the most exhilarating things to do in the game, or watch someone else do, was open up your opponent and perform like a long, flashy combo that couldn't be broken out of, like you just gotta hold that. However, I have been told that this mechanic is actually very similar to the combo breaker mechanic that's found in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. In that game, it also costs 2 bars to perform. Now, I've never really played too much TVC, but from what I've heard, it didn't really have like a super negative effect on the game, it didn't break the game or anything like that. So for now, I'm gonna play wait and see. One thing's for sure, it's definitely clear that Capcom is willing to make some major changes to the Marvel formula with this game, and that definitely has the potential to create a really fresh experience. I just hope they, don't change some things too much, because there's a fine line between fresh and no longer what everyone loves about the prior games. Okay, now here we see Chris activate the Time Stone special ability, which not only allows you to dash around the screen like a crazy person, but it also looks like the speed of all your moves is like much faster as well. If we just look here, he's moving at like level 3 X Factor speed, maybe even faster. Like, this is crazy. And now we see Chun Li activate the Power Stone special ability. Now, I'm not sure if Chun Li's super here has OTG capabilities normally, but it definitely does while you use the Power Stone here. Furthermore, she's dealing some meaty chunks of damage here. Just look at the damage. Now, the final new feature that I noticed in this video is we see Chris here start his hyper animation, and the words Easy Hyper Combo appear on the screen. Now, if I had to guess, it looks like they're making it easier to input the commands for a hyper. There were some rumors going around that the uppercut input has been changed to a down-down input, which is like much easier. I don't know if that's what this is. It also might be related to the auto combo mechanic that we were talking about before. I'm really not sure. Now here's a couple of awesome new moves that I noticed. So it looks like Thor has a new level 3. Check it out. Yeah, you throw that hammer, Thor. Chun Li also has a new air hyper that looks hype. 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 And of course, the return. Let's look at Ultron's hyper, the Air Hyper Viper Beam. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Now, in the coming days, if any new Marvel stuff comes up, which I actually expect it will, this stuff does have me pretty excited. You know, I was a little bit unsure from that first reveal about this Marvel game, but this gameplay footage has me pretty excited for the game, so I'm definitely willing to do some breakdowns if I see anything that catches my eye. Of course, I'll always have my regular GTA and Red Dead Redemption content coming as well. I'm working on some cool stuff right now, including the Red Dead Redemption video that is going to be going over the new Scorpio announcements and how that's going to relate to the Red Dead Redemption 2 launch later this year. And that's about it. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thanks a lot. Take care.